Hello everyone, myself lecturer Aditi Anil Kushare, Master of Pharmacy in Quality Assurance Techniques. Today we are going to discuss about the experiments from pharmaceutics 2. We will discuss regarding the solid dosage form, that is introduction to suppositories. Suppositories are the solid dosage forms of the medicament for insertion into the body cavity other than the mouth. They may be inserted into the rectum, vagina or the nasal cavity. The medicament is incorporated into the suppository base and the product is formulated in such a way that it will either melt or dissolve in the body cavity fluid or to release the medicament. Medicaments are prescribed in the suppositories for the three reasons. First of all, that is to exert a direct action on the rectum. Second, to promote the evacuation of the bowel. Then third, to provide a systemic effect. And the systemic treatment by the rectal route is for first for the treating patients who are unconscious or mentally disturbed. Then second one, administering the drugs such as aminophylline that cause the gastric irritation or cause the vomiting or get destroyed in acidic pH. Suppository bases, they should have the following properties. They should melt at the body temperature. They should keep their shape when being handled. They should release the medicament readily. They should be stable if heated above their melting point. Classification of suppository bases are fatty bases, water soluble and water miscible bases, and emulsifying bases. Fatty bases, that are theobroma oil, emulsified theobroma oil and hydrogenated oil. Then water soluble and water miscible bases are glycerogelatin base, soap glycerin base, polyethylene glycol, that is called PEG. Then emulsifying bases, these are vitapsol, masa, sterinum and masupol. Preparation of suppositories, there are three methods: rolling method, hot process, or which is called as a fusion method, cold compression method. Rolling method, the suppository base is rolled and then the desired shape is given with the hand. Hot process or fusion method, in this the suppository base is melted, the medicament is incorporated in it and filled in lubricated mold. In this particular hot process or fusion method, the heat is used. Cold compression method, that is third method. This method is useful for the thermolabile and insoluble drugs, those which are susceptible to the heat, that are called thermolabile substances. For that, this cold compression method is used. Lubricants used for different bases, serial number in the three, name of the base, coca butter, glycerogelatin, emulsifying base, synthetic base, and the lubricant used. So for the first of all, coca butter, soft soap used 10 gram, glycerin 10 gram, alcohol 90%, 50 ml. Then glycerogelatin base, in that case lubricant used is liquid paraffin or arachis oil. Then third one, emulsifying base, that is a synthetic base, in that case no any lubricant is used. Molds, suppository molds of various types and the sizes are available, having 6 to 12 cavities. They are generally made up of stainless steel, nickel, copper, alloy, brass, aluminium or plastic. Calibration of mold, generally a standard mold of 1 gram capacity is used. The calibration is necessary because the size of the suppository remains same but the weight varies. To find out the capacity of the mold with the coca butter as the base, the following procedure is used. In procedure, lubricate the mold properly, melt the base till the 2/3 as it melts in evaporating dish in water bath, remove from the heat, stir till the rest melts. Overheating may occur if the base is left over the heat until completely melted. Fill each cavity of mold to overflowing. The cavities are overfilled to prevent the dispersions in the tops of the suppositories due to the contraction of the base during cooling. Leave till the mass has set and then remove the excess from the mold with a sharp knife or razor blade or slightly warm spatula. Leave in a cool place for 10 to 15 minutes. Then open the mold and remove the suppositories. Weigh individual suppository and find the average weight. Displacement value, the volume of a suppository from a particular mold is uniform, but its weight will vary because the densities of the medicament differ from the density of base. The quantity of the drug which displaces the one part of the base is known as a displacement value. For an example, displacement value of iodoform is 4, which means the 4 grams of the iodoform displaces the 1 gram of the cocoa butter as a base. Packaging and storage. The suppositories are packed in the partitioned boxes that hold the suppositories upright. Glycerin and the glycerinated gelatin suppositories are packed in the tightly closed screw-capped glass containers. Many commercial suppositories are wrapped in the aluminum foil or PVC, that is polyvinyl chloride, polyethylene. Theobroma oil suppositories should be refrigerated. Labeling. Store in a cool place is necessary. The warning should be for rectal use only or for vaginal use only should be given in the red ink. So we will discuss in detail about the experiments in the next session.
Experiment number 73. Title of this experiment is to prepare and submit the suppository containing soluble solids 5 gram. In this we are going to study the calibration of mold and method of preparation. Proposition 1. The melting point of cocoa butter is lowered when the substances are dissolved in it. Learning objectives are to formulate and dispense the suppositories by using different bases and ability to prepare, pack and label the suppositories carefully. Apparatus required are beaker, glass rod, spatula, china dish, molds, etc. Factor calculated as quantity required upon quantity given is equal to 5 upon 1, that is equal to 5. Prescription is denoted by the symbol Rx. Here we have the prescription given in the Latin terminology, that is, this is a chloral hydrate which is quantity given 1 grain into Roman 2 into J stands for ml, that is this is given in the liquid form. Cocoa butter quantity sufficient. So let's discuss in detail about the formulation table. Type, that is category, use or rule of ingredient. Translation means the name of ingredient. As we have the quantity given in imperial system, that is, this formula is given in the Latin terminology. So this quantity is quantity given in the metric system for preparing 1 gram and quantity taken in metric system for preparing 5 gram. As we have preparing the 5 gram because we have the mold of capacity to deliver the 4 suppositories each of 1 gram, and 1 gram is taken excess because to overfill the mold. So that's why we are preparing 5 gram. Chloral hydrate used as a sedative hypnotic. Quantity given in imperial system is 1 grain into Roman 2 into J stands for ml. So as we know 1 grain is equal to 60. So 60 into 2, that is 120 ml. This is the quantity given for preparing for 1 gram and quantity taken in metric system to prepare up to 5 gram, that is 600 ml. This quantity should be calculated with the help of factor. Cocoa butter used as a suppository base. Quantity given in imperial system is a quantity sufficient. Quantity given in metric system for preparing 1 gram, that is quantity sufficient to prepare 1 gram. And quantity taken in metric system for 5 gram, that should be the quantity sufficient to prepare up to 5 gram. Direction to be used as directed by physician. So we have, this is a chloral hydrate, this is cocoa butter, so, and this is a glycerin. This glycerin is used for lubricating this suppository mold, as I previously lubricated this suppository mold with the help of this glycerin. Anyone can use the alcohol, 95% alcohol or soft soap for lubricating this mold. In those suppositories the cocoa butter is used as a suppository base. So for these suppositories that particular lubricating agent is used, but I am using here this glycerin. So now first of all I am going to take this cocoa butter into this evaporating dish and then we will proceed for heating of it. So now I proceed for heating on the water bath to heat for melting this cocoa butter. I am heating it on water bath. So as our base is that cocoa butter is going to melt, as this cocoa butter is completely melted. So let's see, this cocoa butter is completely melted. So now I am going to transfer this chloral hydrate into it and properly mix it. So after proper mixing of this melted cocoa butter and chloral hydrate, now I am going to pour this mixture into the previously lubricated mold.
Now I am going to pour this formed mixture into this previously lubricated mold. So I am going to fill all these 4 cavities of this mold and overfill this mold. So after filling this mold, now we are putting, let's see, I overfilled this mold and then we are, so let's see, I overfilled this mold. Now I am going to put this overfilled suppository mold into this freezer and then we will freeze it for next few hours till the suppositories will get formed. See, after few hours our suppositories are get formed and freeze properly. So now I am going to wrap each suppository into this butter paper separately and then we will store it into this wide mouth container. So now we will proceed for formulation of suppository which are packed into butter paper and then store into this wide mouth container. So suppository, 4 suppository for ABC, that is name of patient, register number XYZ which is the number given in the register, dispatched by PQR that is the name of pharmacist, manufacturing date September 2020, store in cool and dark place, mostly the suppositories are always stored in the refrigerator, for rectal use only or in some cases that may be used for vaginal use also, to be used as directed by physician, manufactured by Element Pharmacy Nasik. Result, the 4 suppositories are stored into this wide mouth bottle for inspection with special instruction on label as for rectal or